Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have a quick introduction / review for you, and this is a fragrance from 1994, and this one is called Wings by Giorgio Beverly Hills. Although originally it was Giorgio Beverly Hills, these days it doesn't say anything on it that belongs to Giorgio Beverly Hills. Probably they sold the license to somebody else a few years ago. So this fragrance, when it came out, it was a hit. Well, first things first, let's see the presentation. The presentation is a little bit on the strange side, but I like it. What they're going for, I don't know. Is it wave? Is it some sort of, I don't know, seas? Whatever it is, it's quite nice, not bad. The cap's plastic. The atomizer is very, very long, but it's modern. And overall, it's not a bad presentation, especially for under £20. These days, you can find it under £20. For that price, the presentation is fine. The atomizer is actually quite good. Look at this. So the atomizer is quite good. Okay. So this one, as I said, 1994 came out. There is quite a famous perfumer for it, which is Jean-Claude Deville. Jean-Claude Deville was a very, very famous perfumer at the time. He was super famous in 70s and 80s perfumer, one of those superstars of the 80s, 70s and 80s. So he knows what he's doing. But there's a big but. Unfortunately, the newer version of this fragrance is almost nothing to do with the original one. Because the original one, I had at least 1 or 2 bottles of it, and I immensely enjoyed it. It used to be a very big lavender aromatic fougere-like fragrance. But these days, I don't know what to call it. These days is not as complex and deep and strong as used to be. First thing first, it's been reformulated a few times and now is watered down. This particular bottle in front of me is around 2 years old, or 2 to 3 years old. So this is one of the latest version of this fragrance, and unfortunately the complexity is gone, the depth is gone, and the strength is gone. So in terms of performance, on my skin goes almost over up to 6 hours. On t-shirt goes up to 8 hours. So it's not a bad performance, especially for Eau de Toilette. Is still quite good. The only problem with it is in the beginning, when it opens up for the first 15 to 20 minutes, it's quite sharp. It used to be quite rounded and very, very nicely done, but these days it's quite sharp. It's a little bit on the synthetic side. When I say synthetic, it smells like washing up liquid, detergent, shampoo, shower gel, fabric conditioner or fabric softener, soap and things like that. So when you smell it, immediately it reminds you of these things. So if you don't mind smelling like these things which I mentioned, which is quite clean, overall this fragrance is quite clean and is fresh, and I'm not going to say it's a bad fragrance, but it's not as good as it used to be. It used to be a beautiful fragrance. I used to wear this when I was younger. As I said, I went through at least 2 bottles of this, and unfortunately these days is not as strong as it used to be, it's not as complex as it used to be, and it's not as deep and dense as it used to be. So it opens up with a huge citrus. The citruses are quite sharp in here, and then you face with aromatics, which is mainly lavender in here. The lavender is still retained in here, so it's quite a big lavender in here. There's a geranium in here, giving a little hint of that classical feel to it as well. Overall, the smell of this fragrance is quite classical. So if you like 70s and 80s fragrances and perfumery, you like this. Although, as I said, this rendition of it is not as good as used to be in the back of even up to 2000 year to, if you can find this version of this fragrance up to year 2000, is going to even maybe even 2000 and maybe 6 7, because from then it started, you know, the reformulation all started after 2000 and sorry after 2010. So if you find a version of this up to 2010, you still could be safe and you still could get the old formulation and original formulation in here, which is very very good. That one I highly recommend. This one not so much, although again it's not a bad fragrance, but it's not as good as used to be. So if you like what I described, detergent, washing up liquid, washing powder, fabric softener, fabric conditioner, soap, shower gel, all these things, when you put it on, it reminds you of these things. The one good thing about it is quite clean, so it's very very clean and fresh. For that, is not bad at all. But to my nose, unfortunately they ruined what used to smell like. So let me read you the ingredients quickly, because we don't want to spend too much time on this. It's quite a straightforward fragrance, although the note breakdown is quite complex. So we have lavender, green notes, bergamot, neroli and lemon on top, jasmine, geranium, lily of the valley, clary, sage and coriander in the mid. In the base we have amber, tonka bean, musk, oakmoss and cedar. On top, what I smell some citruses are, as I said, quite sharp. But the lavender is by far the biggest player, at least first half of life of this fragrance, although the lavender stays there till the end. But the citruses will subside quite quickly. The mid is dominated by herbal notes, green notes, leafy notes, and also the lavender itself again. But the geranium is quite apparent. I can smell the geranium quite distinctly, and also the clary, sage and coriander are quite strong in the mid, and that gives you the herbal green aspect of this fragrance. The base, to be honest with you, I don't smell that much tonka bean, or maybe just a hint of it. Amber in here is quite giving it a little bit of sweetness overall, but it's not that sweet. It's all the moderate side of sweetness. And musky, maybe a hint of muskiness in here, but the cedar is by far the biggest player in the base, which is giving it that woody base overall. And also a hint of oakmoss. The oakmoss in this used to be much stronger, which I loved it when the original one came out. But unfortunately, the oakmoss in here is toned down, or you can't smell it if you dig for it. So overall, again, it's not a bad fragrance, especially for the price, under £20. But if you can find the older version up to 2010, go for it, because that one was beautiful. This one, not so much, unless you like what I've described and you don't mind paying under £20, which doesn't hurt the bank at all. It's quite good for going to office, going to gym, because you smell clean. It's good for going to supermarket. Overall, it's quite a casual fragrance. It's not it doesn't have complexity to it to be formal. So it's very aromatic. It's quite citrusy in the beginning. It's got a little bit of hint of fresh spiciness to it, which is mainly coming from the herbs like coriander and clary sage. It's very aromatic from that. Lavender, and a hint of florals in mid, especially that geranium. Quite green overall, yes, green, herbal, leafy, grassy, little bit. Amber is a little bit of sweetness in here, but not too much. But overall, the amber in here is quite clean and effervescent as well. And it's quite herbal. It's very very fresh. It's very clean, and hint of floral overall to it. So if you like what I described, this is not a bad fragrance at all. But I wish they didn't change the formulation. They didn't basically stay the same. But unfortunately, these days, it's like so many other fragrances, they've been reformulated, watered down and ruined basically. This one is one of those. Some of the fragrances out there, they still retain some characters. This one, unfortunately, it doesn't have that original character which had in the 90s and 2000s. For that, I don't recommend it unless you like this kind of fragrances, unless you don't mind under £20 for 100ml, and unless you like to smell like a clean soap or shower gel, or washing powder or fabric softener or anything like that. If you like this kind of smell, then you enjoy this. I personally don't mind it. I don't love it anymore. Because of what I mentioned, but I don't mind it. From time to time, I just spray it on because after shower, especially the best application for this fragrance is after shower. When you come out of the shower, you apply it, go like 10-15 sprays of it, and it keeps you smell clean for much longer, like a few hours, 5 to 6 hours. If you put it on t-shirt, it goes longer, up to 8 hours, so it's not bad in terms of that. So guys, age wise, I would say this is definitely mature, so I would say 25 and up to in the safe side. In terms of application, this is very casual daytime, very relaxed and clean. And in terms of gender, although it's quite masculine, it's not uber masculine. You can easily, if you're a lady and you like this kind of fragrances, you can easily wear it. And in terms of season, this is better suited for warmer weather because it's fresh and clean. Yeah, summer mainly, but autumn and spring as well. Overall, not a bad fragrance, but I wish it stayed the same as it used to be in 90s and 2000s. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way you help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you fragrances like this in future, or not bring you fragrances like future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing, value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems. This used to be a hidden gem, but unfortunately these days is at best is a mediocre. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, now you're talking. They are super artistic, massive, big, bold, very artistic, very unique, and very long lasting. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of. That makes them super strong, and with the second you smell them, you fall in love. You say, wow, what is this? It just basically hits you in the face. I leave them in the link as well. As always, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your support, and I see you later. Bye.